And we have an amazing person here in the studio right now. Her name is Syaheedah Jes Izman, coming from a company called Pantas, and we're talking about decarbonization software leader. And being as a leader over here, thank you very much for coming to the studio, Puan.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, we are currently live as well on Facebook and also on TikTok. So head over at TRAXXfm, OFFICIAL. Join the conversation or just give us a call, 03-2282-5491 or 03-2282-4746. Now, this company even started in humble beginnings about how many years ago? And you started off with a simple brainstorming with your other co-founders as well. Can you tell us a bit more of your life and how did you end up with this wonderful company, which is over 40 countries as well?
Thank you so much. That's actually a good walk down memory lane. So my co-founders and I, we essentially met in New York. So we're all Malaysians. We met in New York over nasi lemak, as one usually do. As Malaysians, we, gather around food. We met there. Yes.
My question.
Yes.
There is nasi lemak in?
Of course.
Wow.
There's Chinatown.
And here I thought I was going to go there.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Yes, that's nasi lemak.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
But belacan's not the same, but okay. Anyways. So we're all Malaysians that wanted to make a change. We were all from finance background and also technology. And we decided to come back here to Malaysia to build something that we can be proud of, to leverage and share the knowledge that we've gained throughout the years. And we started Pantas. I think being the co-founder and COO of Pantas, I wear many hats. And here we are building something that's very meaningful. We are here to help public listed companies to decarbonize using technology. And that's where we've leveraged our knowledge and experiences. But I think because of W Talk, I think my most important hat that I wear is, of course, being a mother of 3 wonderful girls. And that is essentially what drives me every day, what motivates me every day to build something that we can leave our next generation safer for. And I think that's essentially what I do. Yeah.
And when you first started, what made the decision to actually call your co-founders and say, why don't we start something that all of us can do? How did it even start?
That's a good one thing. So this is probably the first time I'm sharing this. So when I moved back to Malaysia, I was actually looking at doing my master's either in fintech or sustainability. But got a call from my co-founder Max, and he said, "Hey, heard you moved back. That's great. What are you doing?" And I was like, I'm just gonna look into fintech, look into doing my master's. He goes, "Forget it. I'm starting a company. Join me. We'll figure out the details later."
Wow.
So that's how it started. And, a great idea is amazing, but having great co-founders, the right type of people to execute that makes the difference. And I think we decided to just jump head first. We started off actually as an e-invoicing company, but this was back during COVID. It was amazing. We offered free SME, the software to help them do e-invoicing, but we were really ahead of our time. 1 year in, we saw this great opportunity and urgency in the climate space. We decided there and then to pivot. And again, there was no questions asked. We saw this. We just dived right in. And I think I'm so honored and very proud that we've done that. And I think being able to contribute to the number one challenge of this generation, which is climate change, using technology. And I think now being able to serve over companies in over 40 countries, I think, it's sometimes like a goosebump moment to think how far we've come. But alhamdulillah, I'm very proud to be doing what we're doing.
Even though the company has been 3 years already, you have co-founded it, but doing your research, how long did that take? And how did you know that these are the guys are the right people for you?
That's a good question. I think one never knows. But I think as Muslims, of course, you do istikharah. So I did all that. I covered all the basics and foundation. But I think my co-founders, both of them have such unique talent, and seeing their work ethic. And I think we're friends. I think that's also the most important part, is when you're building something so meaningful, you have to do it with people that you actually enjoy doing it with.
How long have you known them?
Oh my God. Let me see. My daughter's turning 12 this year. So,
So it's more
13 years. Yeah.
more than a decade.
Yes. So 13 years.
So has it fizzled off in any time during those 13 years?
Oh, no, I think-
you still keep in touch with them during those days.
100%. Yes,
I
we always,
see.
check in on each other. I think being friends, and that's why I think it's very important to surround yourself with the right people. I think when you're looking at your circle of friends, that's a representation of who you are. And I think seeing their background, their knowledge, I think Max is such a visionary. He's really, he's a guy who says, I see this idea, I see this opportunity. I mean, for me, of course, COO, being the executioner of this idea and vision, and of course, it is a technology company after all. And having Yong, he was a head engineer at Bloomberg, having his ability to again, leverage technology and build something so meaningful and great. I think it's been an honor, guys. I hope you're listening.
I think you're very lucky to have these guys as well. I
Yes.
mean, working with you, and you already identified that these are the right people for this company.
Yes.
And to do this kind of research for a couple of, how many months have you
Yes,
brainstormed?
no, I think
Years?
we're 3 years in. It's a continuous learning process. I think within our company as well, we have certifications. This is a deep. I think this area requires deep knowledge, deep expertise. I actually also teach at SMU, Singapore Management University. So I teach carbon management there. It's a course that runs for professionals. So that's what we do, Max, as well. And of course, looking at this space, you have to really master the greenhouse gas protocol. We also have greenhouse gas practitioners within our company as well. So you definitely need to have both the strong foundational knowledge, and the number one, I think, challenge in this space is actually the data. I think for companies, public listed companies, they want to know where to start. It's really complex, and I think this is where technology comes into play. Because someone would be, hey, Syaheedah, so what do you do? Or I work in, my daughter says, Mama fights climate change. And I run a software company. So it's it's very abstract. They're like, how do you do that? I think, so this is how, you really turn the climate data, such complex data sets, using technology, using the software to break it down to actionable insights. Because first and foremost, you must know where you are at in this point in time. So for a public listed company, we need to know where our carbon emissions lie. So what are the targets that we want to meet, and how do you then do that strategically? And that's where the software comes into play.
Well, that's great. We can see how passionate you are about decarbonizing the world.
Thank you.
And everybody else joining in the conversation as well. Thank you very much. For those who are on TikTok, I just want to quick hello to Mr. Momok, Jade, JMS. Also on those who are on Facebook, we have Christina Chin says, hello, good morning, Otto and Syaheedah Jes Izman. Thank you so much for those nice greetings as well. And if you have any questions, you can either give us a call or just drop us a message on our socials. The number for you to call is 0322825491 or 0322824746. We're talking to Syaheedah Jes Izman about her life and decarbonization as well. And we already delved into her life. Next, we're going to come back with how did you even manage all this? How do you manage your time? So stick around right here on Tracks. Good morning, Malaysia. 28 minutes past 11. We're talking to Syaheedah Jes Izman. Thank you very much for joining us today in this lovely morning in the studio.
Thank you.
And we're talking about herself as a COO and co-founder of Pantas, a decarbonization software leader in this industry. And we already delved into your life. Now, let's get into something much more deeper and more personal. How do you even manage your life?
That's a good question. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think on a daily basis, I would first start and to see, what are the things I need to prioritize. Of course, first and foremost, one friend actually, she's also a leader in her own right. She tells me, Syaheedah, when you have children, first and foremost, make sure that they are all okay first, because then you would have the mental clarity and confidence to move forward in your day. So that's very unique as a mom. So I just wanted to share that piece of advice. Then when I go to work, I would then look at what are the high impact items that I need to focus my energy on, because that's very important.
So that's what you do. You focus on
100%.
things which have high impact in your
Yes,
life,
yes.
meaning to say it takes most of your time or less of your time to actually get it done.
Well, it depends on what the task is. I mean, this is running a startup. Every day you're putting out a different type of fire. So I would have to go in and really put that thinking hat on and say, okay, this is the highest impact item that I would need to put my energy on, and the rest I can delegate. And I think that's very important to have the right type of team members, the right type of lieutenants to help execute and manage everything else. So I think that's what I've been trying to do. So yes.
We all have 24 hours, whether you are a CEO or whether you are just a student. Everybody has 24 hours equally.
Yes.
But it's how you manage it.
100%.
So bring us through that 24 hours in a day as a COO and co-founder of this company.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't sleep. I have a 5-month-old baby. So
No. Poor thing. Okay, carry on.
Alhamdulillah. So I think I wake up in the morning. Of course, you before I even go to sleep at night, you have to go look through your calendar to see what are the things that are coming up for the next day or for the rest of the week.
So what time does that happen?
Oh my goodness,
In the-
11 p.m.
Oh,
That's
all
after
right.
the kids go to sleep.
I
That's when
see.
I have time for myself. But so yes, that's what I do. I wake up very early, get the kids ready to school, drop them off to school, have maybe half an hour to myself. I try to do a light workout. I go walk around the neighborhood, head back to the office. That's when I have my daily stand-up with the team. What we do is for 15 minutes, we go around to discuss what are the items that they are working on for the day, what are the things that need my attention and my assistance, and the rest of the day, really, there's no one typical day. It's very different day by day. And I think, again, going back to what are the high impact items that I need to put my energy on, I think that's what I focus on. And now actually in the company, all of us have our own KPI. Max, my CEO and co-founder, said everyone needs to leverage AI and know how to run scripts and code. So that's what I'm doing now as well. So in between, I need to also
Learn a few
do
stuff
that.
as well.
Exactly, yes. But I think that's we've already taken an AI first approach in Pantas. So everyone in the company, even if you're not a software engineer, are also now coding and writing scripts. And I think that's how we have managed to grow this fast. I think having that growth mindset is very key. And that's how I go about my day.
Do you compromise in any of your day? Do you compromise? Like, say, for example, travel time. A lot of Malaysians are experiencing some heavy traffic nowadays.
Yes.
And do you compromise in the distance of sending your child to school?
Oh my goodness. I suppose, I guess, yes. My children go to school like 3 minutes away from the home, and I think that's
Convenient, yes.
That's very convenient. It's very important for us to just do that. And then office about 20 minutes, so I commute to work. But of course, certain days I do work from home. We do have that flexibility. Although I just started to tell everyone in the company that they need to come to the office because we are moving and growing so fast. You need to be there. Don't underestimate the value of having those type of quick discussions. It might take just 2 minutes and just turning around and having your coworker next to you,
Yep.
having that ability to exchange ideas. So we do that as well, and we do have a one day work from home policy as well in the company. Yeah.
So what other we see the challenges. what about the opportunities that grows?
Oh my goodness. In this space, the opportunity is immense. I think partnership is very key. I just wanted to also note that being in the sustainability field, majority of the chief sustainability officers are women. I'm not sure if you noticed that. And I think it's amazing. The opportunity here is to learn from each other. And seeing that, we started a networking club called Captain. It's an all-women's club. It's focusing on leaders in sustainability. So we meet about once a month or once a quarter to learn from each other, of course, to provide each other opportunities. So you'll be, that's where you kind of have that safe space to chill and to talk and to maybe challenge each other. I think that's also another thing that's very important. And I think that's the opportunity that I've seen. And partnership is also key. You can't do this alone. I think when you're talking about, the carbon management space, the decarbonization space, you need really reliable partners to really push this agenda forward. I think we have partnerships with Bank Negara, with, industry players such as Huawei, Bloomberg. And I think, it's just amazing to be in this space in this moment in time, because I think this is the number one challenge that we are facing, the climate change, and then how do we now strategically and effectively leverage technology to do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're talking to Syaheedah Jes Izman, a decarbonization software leader in a company which has been around for 3 years and in over 40 countries. We're talking about her life and how she actually got there. And if you have any questions for our guest here today, you can freely give us a call at 03-2282-5491 or 03-2282-4746. Quick hello to Huang Pohlo, Najib Dawi. Thank you very much. Good morning for you. Huang says, eloquent delivery, good command of English language. Thank you so much, Huang. Najib says, just here to see the TikTok live. Okay, no problem. We have also live on our Facebook page. So if you have any comments or any questions, leave a comment in the comment section over there. Yeah. Now, without further ado, I'd like to ask as well, when it comes to this space, in this space, what unique challenges and opportunities have you faced and overcome?
Oh, wow. Of course, looking at carbon management, oh my goodness, there are definitely a lot of challenges. First and foremost, prior to this, the take up from public listed companies, there was some reluctance because it's a very complex issue to, number one, face. And before, it was more of just the compliance. But more and more, I think I've seen more opportunities than challenges. Because for the first time in history, we are riding on the wave, number one, in terms of the regulations. They are, for example, for public listed companies required by Bursa and even other regional, players. You're seeing regulations requiring them to, number one, not just to report, but also to actively reduce their carbon emissions. That's number one. And number two, you're also seeing the support from financial institutions because it is not, I think, cheap to, number one, embark down this because something's got to give, right? And for the first time, you have the support from, or rather the push, both from the regulatory perspective and also the support from the financial institutions. So I think the opportunity is immense. And being the bridge. So I think Pantas, the way you look at it is, number one, we're here to first and foremost help companies start, to just get started. And I mentioned earlier, they need to know where they are at in this point in time before they start to embark down not just reporting, but to then actively start to manage their own carbon emissions. So that's number one. Before, yes, it's challenging, but as I mentioned, now technology is there. Not just that, AI is also here to help us. I think maybe one thing that we launched, perhaps, I think was it last month during the ASEAN Investment Conference, is our latest product called Pantas Efficiency AI. So what does it do? So we are now moving just beyond reporting. We're helping our clients to now start. The magic is when you start to decarbonize, right? So how do we do that? For example, we've launched something called, again, Efficiency AI, whereby we can help clients to reduce about 40% of their electricity consumption, which also turns out to savings, direct savings to their bottom line. How do we do that? The number one energy consuming thing is your HVAC system. Can you imagine? So for example, a big building such as this, you'll be surprised amount of wastage happens because where some you have AC on and there's no one there. So our AI that's layered up, and this technology does not exist even 6 months ago. That's how fast the advancement in AI is moving. So this technology is able to then dynamically adjust your HVAC system, and the savings is about 40%. And also, before, people get scared when you're talking about HVAC system because automatically they say, oh my goodness, how much do I need to put in the money? The beauty here is zero capex, zero upfront costs. So this is where the intelligence is layered into your existing building system, and there's no retrofitting, there's no overhaul of your system that's needed. Zero capex, and I think I'm very excited about that because now we're really getting down to business to start to decarbonize.
As you can see, our guest Syaheedah is very passionate about it, and she has done her homework.
Yes.
You can see about that how much passionate she is and how much it's actually helping those decarbonizing their companies. So aside that, we're talking about climate science and also software development. How do you even build a team?
That's a good question. All right, how do you build a team? I think first and foremost, you must have a great vision and a really strong mission statement. And I think for us, you need to find the right people that has both that belief in that vision and also the right skill set, the right mentality. And I think, it takes time. But Alhamdulillah, we have such an amazing team. I have there's 30 of us here at Pantas now. A mix of amazing software engineers.
When you started off?
The three of us.
3 of us. And now it's 30 after 3 years.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes. So that's why I have no time. I'm just kidding. Alhamdulillah, I think the team is split into half. So we have software engineers, we have data scientists, and we have amazing business development and sustainability analysts in the team. And I think the number one thing is having trust in each other, having that strong belief in what we are doing, the impact that we're making to the world, and also leveraging on amazing knowledge and also technology. And of course, you need to have fun. You need to be able to have fun with the people that you work with. So alhamdulillah, I think I'm just very honored to be doing what we're doing every day.
Well, thank you very much for that. We're talking to Syaheedah Jes Izman, a decarbonization software leader of Pantas. It has been around for 3 years and in over 40 countries already. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section on TikTok and also on Facebook. We'll be right back with our guest here today, talking about how to become a leader as a woman in this industry right now. So for now, this one's for you. Adele, Set Fire to the Rain.
Thank you.
have the amazing Syaheedah Jes Izman, a decarbonization software leader in a company which has been around for more than 3 years already and in over 40 countries so far. So moving on as well. Great company. Thank you so much for coming to the studio once again. And if you missed out, well, we're talking about her as a leader, how she actually spends her time, what she does in a big company from just 3 people as co-founders all the way to over 30 already. So congratulations on that. It's also another thing which I want to ask you, right? When it comes to hiring people, what do you look into? Do you believe that, your attitude defines the altitude of where you are in the near future?
100%. I think that's a good question. And I think what we are looking for in hirees, number one, is EQ, having that emotional intelligence. I think working in a high growth startup, very technical, you're looking at having the software as the main core, so the defining thing here is, where's your heart? I think having a strong culture in a company and having the right type of people with the right mindset. So I'm looking for people with high emotional intelligence, and I think that's the game changer here. So that's what we're looking for. Yes.
EQ, eh?
Yes, 100%.
Wow, 100%. Okay, because do you agree that the people that you surround yourself with actually helps you out to bring up the company as well?
Oh, 100%. And also they can also break you and break the company if you have the wrong type of people.
So do you compromise on that?
No, we do not.
I
think we have a zero tolerance policy. If you're not here to be a team player, if you're not here to be able to have empathy towards your co-workers, and I think that is something that I feel will be a detriment to the company if you don't have the right type of mindset. Yes.
Well, there you go. So what trends do you see or actually foresee shaping the climate tech industry over the next maybe 5 to 10 years?
Yes, I think with the advancement of AI, you can see so many things happening at the same time at record speed. The trends here, I feel that it will become more affordable to look into decarbonization solutions, and I think I mentioned earlier with the efficiency AI that we're talking about in terms of HVAC system optimization, and beyond that, looking at the trend, globally as well. Regulations are in place. Companies are also looking into how they can not just that to save money and to also be competitive in this space by leveraging their ability to manage their carbon emissions, manage their supply chains carbon emissions, and not just that, I mentioned earlier as well, financial institutions are also looking into investing in companies that are actually practicing what they preach, that are really embarking down this decarbonization exercise. So I think it has started. I think it's going to be growing, and I think for the first time in history, you find that there's hope in combating climate change when you really put your heads together and looking at everyone converging at the same time. And I think, inshallah, the trend will go uphill from here, and it's not going to stop, inshallah.
Now, looking at the time that we have, before we let you go, is there any advice you'd like to give our listeners over there, particularly women in this industry as well?
Oh, 100%. I think I'm talking to younger women as well. For the first time, please don't let anything stop you. Look at all the knowledge at your fingertips and the opportunities out there. If you're interested, I'm turning 40 and I'm learning to code, guys.
You're not looking 40 at all.
Thank you.
Don't lie to us.
Unfortunately, my IC says otherwise.
Okay.
Inshallah, the opportunity is there. Just dive right in.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we have it. We're talking to Syaheedah Jes Izman, a decarbonization software leader, COO and co-founder of Pantas, and he's been around for 3 years and has already 30 people in the industry helping her out and growing as well.
Inshallah, yes.
So thank you very much for coming to the studio, and thank you for those who are online as well for giving your support, showing us some love, and giving out some comments as well. All right, so we have the news at the top of the hour, and of course we'll be back after with more stories and more great music. For now, leaving you with Chappelle Roan. Good luck, babe, right here on Trax. Good morning, Malaysia.